So this channel I created because I am a watch collector. My love for watches dates back to when I was, I think, I was bought a watch by my father when I was young, and I think I grew the love for watches for a long time. So that's why there's sort of a clock here. It's a Carlson clock. It's an old piece I picked up from a market, but this is not going to be the review we are going to do today. Rather, we'll do a review of, now beginning some of my watch collections, how much I paid for each in reference to what they are sold globally. Some of them are bought new, some of them are bought used. But basically, for the love of watches, I have a total of around 150 watches, and still growing, depending with now, because you learn every day what is not to do as a watch collector and what is it to do as a watch collector. I basically buy watches within my range. By range, I mean I don't go overboard in terms of prices, because, well, watches are expensive, and that is a relative statement, because my expensive is another person's cheap. But we all know at the peak there is the Jacoban and companies, there's the Rolexes, there's a piece and everything. But for me, I do watches that are basically owned by majority of people. I'll do Casios, I'll do Seikos, I'll do Citizens, I'll do Fossils, I'll do Timexes, which I have in my collection. And some of these watches that I buy, which I've come to maybe learn as I go by, are, well, imitations of already established brands. These imitations mainly come from China. Some of them I can't trace really which the original or where they drew their inspiration from the original company, well, because it's a learning experience. But some is straight away, you will know this is based on an Omega, this is based on a Rolly. But I don't have a lot of fakes, in my opinion, because some of these companies are original small growing companies. Obviously, they will draw inspiration from the bigger companies and whatnot. But in my opinion, for the love of watches, everybody should wear a watch, whether it's a fake or the original copy. Put on a watch, tell the time, and if you're lucky enough to buy the original, well and good. If you are not lucky enough and you buy a watch that is not an original copy, we are not promoting less original, non-original copies, but my experience with watches is that I found that the market is full of a lot of copy watches, and people don't really care, especially from where I come from. But for me, I'm a bit cautious now about where I buy my watches. I try as much as possible to do a background study on every watch I buy and why. Basically, I think this watch is relatively suited for my needs. So to start off, on my wrist today, I have a watch that I think is a superb watch. I love it. I love the finish. I love how it's done. I love the name, basically. This is a watch that is called the Pagani design. It's a chronograph. It's, for me, more or less, I would say, copies of Omegas and Speedmasters, to be specific. It's a Chinese company, but they sell their watches. I think if I look at the copies that are around, I mean, don't share any name with Omegas and the big brands, but they have their original way of doing their watches, and they are very superb watches. So if I look at these watches and the relativity of how much I paid for it, I'm satisfied that it wasn't a bad deal after all, because on their website it's being sold for around $100. I paid less than that, but if I look at the needs it has served me, I think it has served me well. I've had it for a year now. In their collection they have a lot of watches. I'm lucky to have around three Pagani design watches. We'll go through each one of them one by one, but today I'd want us to review the PD-1701 model. As you can see, it's a chronograph. It's a 42 mm. Basically, dial size is 40 mm, but collectively the watch is around 42 mm. It's a stainless steel watch with a proper finish. I would say it's a proper finish. And they say it's waterproof. I've never really tested whether it's waterproof or not. I would think it is, because it's well built and it's a bit chunky in terms of size and whatnot. It's a bit chunky. The strap is also a bit chunky. It bears the name Pagani design. The dial is sort of gray with a black background, but with also gold touches here and there, so it's really beautiful. The camera doesn't do it justice in terms of how it looks like, but I'm happy with this watch. I'm happy how it actually does whatever it's supposed to do, because a watch is supposed to tell you time in the most efficient way. It basically has a chronograph. It's a chronograph design. The main second hand you can see is the chronograph, and then the subdial here is the second counter. So this is how the chronograph moves. It moves in an automatic manner, and then basically it's a watch I would love. It has a lot of features, but for today I would just want to go over the general features. As I said, it's called a Pagani. It's a Pagani design watch. It says shock resistant. Never tested that. It has a chronograph. It's water resistant. Water depth is up to 10 bars. The movement is a Japanese VK63. It's a dial diameter is 40 mm. The band length is dependent on how you want to adjust them. 20 centimeters. Case thickness is 13 millimeters. Then, as I said, it's a stainless steel make. It has a luminous pointer. Obviously, if you leave it in the light, it will glow. And then maybe another feature I will try to say, obviously, chronograph has a stopwatch. It has a complete calendar. It's only days, not the month. And then another thing I would like to just talk about is that the bezel is not rotating. Does not have a rotating bezel like I would think, but at the price point I'm not disappointed that it does not have a rotating bezel. The back is quite well designed. I think it has a shape of the space, I think a few description of what it is, but basically nothing much fancy at the back. The locking design, the locking mechanism is as you see. You want to unlock, just press the side and then it unlocks, and that's it about the watch.